Buenos dias.
Nadia Ali.
Yes, it is.
It's Joey. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to talk to you again.
You have no idea how excited I am. Thank you so much for making some time for me today.
Absolutely and always.
So you're now a Grammy-nominated artist, Nadia Ali. Tell me what that feels like.
Well, it's definitely still sinking in. I mean, I'm still just just very excited about the whole experience that I just had. It's just, it makes you want to just strive for more. It's very inspiring.
I'm curious, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you were kind of nominated against Madonna and you cite her as an influence. That's got to feel incredible as well.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, she took the award, with David Guetta and Afrojack. So honestly, people were like, I'm so sorry that you didn't win. And I'm like, honestly, I am not saying this to be politically correct, but I honestly, I couldn't care less.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
I would imagine
so excited.
that it's got to feel cool. You still feel like a winner, right?
Absolutely. Everybody that is nominated is a winner because I don't think people realize how difficult it is to get nominated in the first place.
Yeah. Were you starstruck at all on the red carpet? I know you were out at the show. Anybody you were thrilled to see, thrilled to meet?
Well, I was very excited when we were walking in, on the red carpet. I was very excited to see Jewel. She was right behind me.
Yeah.
And Jewel is actually one of my influences too, though I don't always remember to list her, but I love Jewel. I love her yodeling. I love her songwriter stuff. I think she's beautiful.
I can definitely see that among the other people that you cite, like Jewel would fit right in.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was really exciting. I mean, I saw literally every star you can possibly imagine from my seat. We were right up in the front.
Yeah.
And it was just so funny. You have Akon, David Guetta, you have Nicole Kidman sitting right there. Every artist you can imagine, Kate Hudson. Just right there in front of you. It's just funny more than anything else. Well, it just seems like a celebrity prom.
Okay. That sounds cool.
What I mean?
Yeah, talk to us about the mood of the venue. Best New Artist Award. I feel, Esperanza Spalding took that one, and she beat out the likes of Justin Bieber, the white Tupac, I like to call him, and Drake. And what was the mood of the venue like? I feel like the world was kind of shocked.
They were, but you know what? I love seeing the underdog win. I love seeing the unexpected. To me, that's why things of this caliber are so exciting. Same with the Super Bowl. You want to see something that you didn't expect to see. I mean, a lot of people want to see what they want to see. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But from the outside looking in, I wasn't up for Best Award, so it was easy for me to be, to look at it from an unbiased point of view.
Mm.
I honestly, I think the Recording Academy impressed me a lot because I feel like they really rewarded the people that needed to be recognized.
Okay,
So,
that's a good way to put it, for sure.
yeah, because, I mean, look, Justin Bieber has every other advantage you can possibly imagine in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
But Esperanza, she's she's going to become a household name overnight because of this recognition. And I think that's amazing. I think that's why this country is amazing, and I think that's why the Grammys are so amazing.
Yeah. Let's take care of a few fun ones. While you were there, this is one of the questions that I've always wanted to ask. I believe they're called swag bags. You kind of get free stuff.
Yes.
What's the coolest thing that you've gotten for free? Anything that you absolutely love?
Oh, God, I'm going to sound so girly right now, but I got these amazing human eyelashes. I know that sounds freaky to some people, but they're eyelashes made with real hair and all different kinds of eyelashes, and I love eyelashes. Even though I have my own huge lashes, I love that additional je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. What were you drinking? What is Nadia Ali's signature cocktail?
Honestly, I was drinking a lot of tea. I was drinking loads and loads of tea. Tea has this calming effect on me because my nerves were out of control up until I found out that I didn't win. Okay. When I found out that I didn't win, I was like, you know what?
Screw this tea. Where's the whiskey?
No, I just stayed. I drank a lot of water and tea. I'm boring.
Talk to us about your fitness. How did you get in shape for the show? What do you do regularly?
No, I'm very, very bad at fitness. I walk through a lot of airports, though. I'm constantly walking with heavy suitcases, so
Yeah.
that's my workout, lifting my carry-on bag above my seat. Yeah, definitely a lot of workout there.
Weights and cardio, yeah. All right, so one of the fan questions was to ask you if you had written Ride With You or Promises about anybody in particular. Now, you don't have to go into detail. We're just curious if you're single, dating. I remember you were a big fan of being in Toronto the last time we spoke.
Well, I am, I definitely, I mean, most of my songs have, a person in particular that I write about, but Ride With Me was definitely about an experience of being with someone that, was just not willing to commit.
Yeah.
And, at the end of it all, it was really quite sad because all that person wanted at the end was just to be with me, and I was over it.
Yeah.
As terrible as that sounds.
Mm.
But the whole song was like a plea, to have this person sort of see what you were trying for them to see. And, it's supposed to be a lighthearted look at, listen, all I want is just for you to ride with me through this journey,
Yeah, yeah.
Promises is actually a song written by Roscoe, who is a dear friend of mine, an amazing singer-songwriter. And it's one of the only songs in my career that I have not written myself, but loved so much that I wanted to honor him and I wanted to include it in my album.
Yeah. Let's put it like this. Let me spin the question this way. Is there anybody in particular that you're writing about now?
I have no comment.
No comment. Okay, who's on your iPod? What are you listening to?
I listen to literally everything that you can imagine under the sun. I listen to Ray LaMontagne.
Yeah.
I listen to Robin. I listen to world music like Amr Diab.
Okay.
I listen to Indian music. Literally everything that you can imagine. Fede Legrand.
Yeah. We have a new music video for Rapture. Explain to us the idea of the Queen of Clubs trilogy in general. Where did that come from?
Well, I wanted to have a remix compilation of all of my songs in one place for my fans, because I've done, several different projects. I was part of IO, and then I did some collaborations with Armin, and, I continued to do some collaborations last year, and I wanted to bring all of that together.
Yeah. And
get my album Embers remixed. I wanted literally every track that my fans knew to be remixed. So
yeah.
I wanted it to be one thing, and, I grew up in Queens, and I wanted something that, incorporated my upbringing with the fact that, I have this presence in nightclubs. And it just came to me one day that, there's, this character of Queen of Clubs in a deck of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, how funny would it be to call this compilation the Queen of Clubs? And, I know it's a little audacious, but I felt like I had the substance, I had the material.
I wanted to ask, if it ever crossed your mind that the title might have been a little ambitious.
I just felt like it should have something bold, something that gets people's attention, and that's what I did.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before we run out of time, I kind of want to get maybe some yes or no answers. You don't have to elaborate.
Okay,
we were speaking about your collaborations, and you've worked with a ton of people, like, of course, Scheller, Tocadisco, we named a few, Armin, Morgan Page, Afrojack. Now, these are questions from fans and myself as well. Is there a percentage at all that we'll see a collaboration between Nadia Ali and another one of our favorites, Cascade?
No.
Okay, David Guetta.
Maybe.
Okay, you like to cover live Stevie Nicks' Fleetwood Mac Dreams, a Nadia Ali re-release?
Probably not.
Okay, the last time we spoke you'd mentioned Broadway. Will Nadia Ali be on the stage sometime? I don't know, maybe in the future?
I don't think so, not at the moment.
Alright, then let's wrap it up with the new album. chat. I read online that you were working on a new one. Is it similar to Embers? I was anticipating Embers to be a little bit more dancey. Will it be anything like Embers, anything different? Are you working on it, yes or no? Anything for us?
Yes, it's going to be upbeat and high energy. Embers was an introductory album. I knew that there were going to be a lot more albums to come.
Yeah.
And the next album, you bet, is going to be high energy dance album.
How soon can we hear anything off of it?
Probably not for a few months. You know, it's in the recording process. It's just in the demo process right now. So
in the meantime, we have stuff. You have something out with Star Killers right now, right?
Yes, it just came out yesterday. It's called Pressure. And it outlines the experience of being an artist in this industry and all the pressure that people place on an artist. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a different, edgier sound.
That's there while we wait for the follow-up to Embers, you say, right?
Yes. Well, there's a lot of other singles coming out before the sophomore album.
Very nice. Okay, I saw that NadiaAli.com had a little bit of a makeover. We can find you there, twitter.com/NadiaAli, Facebook. Are you anywhere else?
I'm on youtube.com/NadiaAli.
Okay, perfect. Let's wrap it up with this. Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to make music their career?
Yes, I do. I think it's really important to get everything that you have inside out. Meaning, just write as much as you can, listen to as much music as you can, be aware of what's happening, and stay original, because it's very easy to just ride someone else's, career and their sound, but to find your own sound is really, I think, to find your own identity is what an artist always strives for, and once you find that, you're golden.
That's, I think, the perfect way to put it.
Oh, thank you so much, Joey. I really appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
My love a million times over, and thank you a million times over, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll chat
my
soon.
Pleasure, Joey. Seriously, it's just always a pleasure.
All right. Have a good one, Nadia. Thank you.
No problem. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.